IVM.
Hey, so what do you think Jishnu, Dinkar and I have in common? Well, it's all that we are solid underachievers. But if you like the opposite, which is that of a superachiever, then you should definitely check out the Vishal Gondal Show, where Vishal, the host who I just named and is also in the title of the show, The Vishal Gondal Show, interviews superachievers like Ronnie Screwwala, a great superachiever, Amish Tripathi, another great superachiever. So, if you're an achiever and would like to become a superachiever, then you should probably check out The Vishal Gondal Show.
Hello and welcome to the Geek Bulletin, our short-form podcast where we talk about news, not news, and really things and not things, whatever, it doesn't matter. We just talk about things on this podcast. With me is Jishnu Guha. Hi, Jishnu Guha.
Hello.
Jigsaw, as he's now known. So, on the news/not news roster, first of all, have you heard of this? The Lady and the Tramp live-action remake?
What?
I know. So Disney, as you're aware, has been doing this for a while now. There is the Jungle Book. There's a different version of the Jungle Book which is called Mowgli, I want to say.
Right.
Which is also a Disney
Later
thing.
this year, I believe, right?
Later this year. They're doing... what is the sequel that Jon Favreau is doing? He's doing another live-action remake.
You're saying there's another one he's doing besides Mowgli?
He's not doing Mowgli.
Yeah,
Mowgli is being done by...
I know.
Yeah.
It's not him, but you're saying that he's doing another Jungle Book...
Ish movie.
So it's a trilogy now?
No. It's not a Jungle Book. There's a live action Mulan that is coming later,
Right.
which is not Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau is also doing another live action remake. I can't remember what it is.
Lion King.
Or Lion King, of course.
Yeah.
What is wrong with me?
Okay, good.
With
I thought
Childish Gambino,
yes,
Simba.
Yes, I thought you meant another Jungle Book.
Do you think
that book is closed, man?
Yeah, that book is closed.
The jungle is only so big.
Yeah, he's doing a new Lion King, which is, of course, the new Hamlet. Do you think... You remember that moment in the first Lion King when Simba, during the song, he becomes an adult?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then he opens his mouth, his luxurious mane flows, and then he sings, but he sounds like a 6-year-old girl, where he goes like, and I just can't wait to be king. Right?
Yes.
Do you think in the live-action remake...
Where's this going?
Well, since Childish Gambino is playing Simba,
Yeah.
Donald Glover, do you think he's going to drop some sick raps?
I wouldn't mind it.
Where, he throws back his luxurious live-action mane and he goes like, okay, it's Childish Gambino, homegirl, drop it like the NASDAQ. Right? That's a line from one of his songs.
I didn't catch that. What was that again? I just missed that. What was
Right.
that?
So, first of all, I take great issue with these being called live-action films. If you've seen
Of course,
the
yeah.
Jungle
I mean-
Book, there's one kid who's live-action.
Yeah.
Everything else is CGI. So, how is it live-action?
It's better than calling it not the cartoon.
It's basically just like, it's not the cartoon.
Yeah, because then the problem would be like, hey, did you see that one animated movie, Lion King? Yeah, no, I mean the other animated movie. You mean Lion King?
I have to give props to the kid who played Mowgli in the Jungle Book remake because he was acting with dudes dressed in green suits pretending to be animals.
Really much?
And he did a pretty good job.
Pretty good job.
Anyway, so keeping in line with what Disney is doing in the live action remakes, spectacular cast. The Tramp is going to be Justin Theroux.
Oh,
I
what's he
know.
been in besides the Red Plum Bloom in The Last Jedi?
He is, he writes a bunch of stuff. He was in The Leftovers. He was in Twin Peaks, the revival. He was in, what is that David Lynch movie that's like super trippy? Mulholland Drive. He's
Okay.
very creepy. And
He's just always been a name that I've been aware of, and I haven't.
he
I
dated
don't
Jennifer
think-
Aniston at one point.
Yeah, he's just been a name.
He's been in
That's been
comedies.
around, I just
He's a really
haven't-
cool dude.
yeah.
He's really funny, but also really smart. So he's written a bunch of really great movies.
Cool.
Wait, was he in Mute? I want to say he was in Mute, which is that Netflix movie starring Paul Rudd that came out, directed by Duncan Jones.
Oh, with Paul Rudd and a kid who's in a wheelchair? Or no,
No. That's
that was another movie.
yeah.
Anyway, cool.
Justin Theroux,
Who's-
acclaimed actor.
So he's the Tramp?
Yes, and the lady,
Is the lady?
Tessa Thompson.
Oh,
I know, right?
okay.
How odd.
Who's playing spaghetti?
I wouldn't mind playing spaghetti if it's Tessa Thompson and Justin Theroux, but yeah, I don't know. How do you even? So there isn't even a human component to this because your two main stars are going to be two CGI dogs, the lady and the tramp. The titular characters are CGI. How can you call this a live action remake?
What was the plot of that movie? I haven't seen it since I was probably for?
It's like a Romeo and Juliet-esque situation where she's like a classy lady.
So the Papa and Mama dogs are like, no, you can't be with this guy.
The owners, yes.
So
Not
there
the
are
Papa
humans.
and Mama dogs.
There are humans.
There are humans.
Are they like the faceless humans? Like you just see their feet, like in Toy Story kind of a
I
thing?
don't remember entirely. I saw it when I was a kid and I didn't like it too much.
Actually, I guess you do see their faces in Toy
Because it's
Story.
like, it's a very love story thing and I was just like, ugh, whew, like, yucky girls, nice dogs. Okay. But in more Disney news, this is quite ridiculous. It's a pot calling the kettle black situation. Disney is accusing Michael Jackson's estate of being overzealous about copyright.
What?
Yeah, so basically Disney made an ABC documentary called The Last Days of Michael Jackson, where they use a bunch of footage of Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And they're being sued by the estate of Michael Jackson saying, you guys are violating our copyrights. And Disney's like, oh no, it's fair use. And this is Disney, who has famously, when nursery schools paint Mickey Mouse on their walls, sued those nursery schools.
Jesus Christ.
They're dicks about copyright because they own the universe. Like, and they're especially fussy about Mickey Mouse because they're like, he's a worldwide symbol for Disney. So they sue people all the time, and yet they're being sued, and now they're going like, oh, you guys are being too fussy about your copyrights.
Okay, well, I have something that's not even remotely anything like that. Nicolas Cage, old buddy, is in the whatchamaface, the new Spider-Verse movie,
Yes, correct.
right? Playing Peter Parker, or one version.
One version of Peter
Yeah.
Parker, yes.
And he says that his version is based on Humphrey Bogart.
What?
I cannot wait.
Wait, based on Humphrey Bogart,
he's playing a noir Spider-Man, a noir
Oh,
Peter
right,
Parker.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he might base it on Humphrey Bogart then.
Here's looking at you, Spidey, Miles.
I want to take his mask off. John Mulaney is playing a Spider-Ham, which
Right.
is a pig version of Spider-Man.
Why aren't they calling it Spider-Pig?
Because
Like,
the
come
Simpsons
on.
took that.
But I mean,
Spider-Pig,
but I
Spider-Pig.
mean, come on. Like,
Yeah.
really?
In more suing news, Hasbro and Disney Comics were suing each other, I suppose, because DC Comics has a lady who is a superhero girl's doll called Bumblebee. And there is a Bumblebee movie coming, as you know.
These companies are literally kids in sandboxes fighting with each other.
They are, yes.
You can't have my toy. No, but that's my toy.
And
But
they're
no, but
quite
I say-
literally fighting about toys at this point.
Quite, yeah. I mean,
I don't
Yes.
know what to say to all these people. Thank God we have Mickey Mouse here to comment. Hey guys, it's me, Mickey. Hi, Jishnu. Why don't you want to say hi to me?
I outgrew you a while ago.
Okay. Do you want to talk to my friend Goofy? Yuck. Hey, Jishnu. Jishnu, why don't you want to talk to me?
I got up early in the morning for this. I cleared my schedule today.
All right.
So that I could
Full
be here.
disclosure, we didn't have the rights to use Mickey Mouse or Goofy in that segment, but come at us, Disney. Like, sue us.
Man.
Hopefully that puts us on the map.
This is definitely a slow news week.
It's a slow news week.
Let's not like beat around the bush here. Not much has happened.
Yeah.
The James Gunn thing continues.
Oh man,
Um,
you know how they're talking about maybe they'll rehire James Gunn? I think it's a lost cause at this point. That ship has sailed.
I think they'll bring him back for like phase 5.
Did you? Was it The Onion or whoever did that article about James Gunnito being hired to do it, which is basically James Gunn in a mustache?
Right.
They might do something along those lines at this point, but it's gone. Disney's not going to go back on their word now.
No.
Yeah,
Not anytime soon.
which is a shame. But you saw Dave Bautista said that he
Yeah.
wouldn't want to do it unless James Gunn's script was stuck to like word for word.
Yeah, the thing is, at this point, it's with just the way the world is about these kind of things, and like how every single day there's a new piece to the puzzle of somebody else's opinion and somebody else's, shaming somebody or somebody else's like backing somebody else up. I'm like, I can't afford to be emotionally invested in all this until I get definitive answers of what's happening, because like,
Yeah.
yes, I'll sit and cry about it, which I do, about the fact that he's gone from the franchise. But I'm not gonna read into every little thing. I didn't even see the
tweets?
not the tweets, the message from the entire
cast.
cast. Yeah, like they gave like a really long, heartfelt
Yeah,
thing. And
it
I was
was
like,
a whole
cool.
speech.
I was like, great. You guys are supporting him. That's all I know. I don't need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's between them.
I skimmed through it, but it's
I
fine.
was
It's
just
like it's a very well written letter where they talk about how they support him and they think he's come around and stuff.
So now just tell me what's happening next. Don't tell me like what.
We'll find out.
Don't tell me the whys and what fors, because that's between you guys. Like I can't really.
I'll tell you one
involved
interesting
with
thing
that.
that's come to light from all of this. Well, first of all, like I was telling you the other day, James Gunn used to be married to Jenna Fisher.
Right. What does that even mean?
I
When?
have no idea. I was listening to an interview with Jenna Fisher on Mark Maron's podcast where she talks about how she used to be married to James Gunn. And I was like, hold the phone, what? I had no idea this was a thing. Probably around the time he was writing these tweets. And the other thing was an interview with Dave Bautista that I was reading where he talks about his reaction to the thing. So apparently he called up Chris Pratt right away. And he said, yo, Chris, this is what's going on. What are we going to do? And he said, Chris
Religious.
Pratt is a
Very
pretty
religious guy.
dude.
Yeah.
And he wanted to pray on it before he knew what he would say.
Sounds about right.
I had no idea Chris Pratt was religious.
Oh, he's quite uber religious.
Excuse us?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yep.
How?
If you look at any like public speech he's given, you should look at, he won, was it the Generation Award or something like that at one of these
At
MTV?
MTV?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at some MTV, I think it was MTV, some MTV.
The Generation
thingy.
for Moon Man.
Whatever it was,
Yeah.
like about a month or 6 weeks ago, and it was a great speech because it was like a big deal. It was like a pseudo lifetime achievement award. It was kind of like you're the pop culture figure for the kids of this generation. You're the one they look up to,
Yeah.
right? Which is a huge thing. And so
Him
he
and
was-
Jennifer Lopez.
basically.
Yeah.
So I saw an interview of his about it, and he was like, "I'm taking this really seriously, and I didn't know what to say. I want to measure my words very carefully." And it's like it was a great speech, but a big chunk of it was like, "Yo, my boy JC up there,
Are you
looking
serious?
out for me." Yeah.
Okay, the last
Which is
stuff
great.
I
I'm
remember
like, cool,
seeing
man,
Chris
like,
Pratt
alright.
talk about was when he rapped all of Forgot About Dre and talked about how he spent 2 years living out of a van smoking weed.
Yeah.
So
So I'm not saying the guy doesn't know how to have fun. You can do both. You can be uber religious and know how
I
to have fun.
suppose so. I just never thought of him as the religious type.
Yeah, apparently.
I was really surprised.
Yeah. He's all about bass fishing and
Yes,
JC.
that I know.
Yeah.
He's super into bass fishing.
Yeah.
And he hangs out with Nick Offerman all the time, who I think is
Yeah,
like...
it makes sense.
Nick Offerman is not religious, is he?
No, you can be super religious and hang out with non-religious people.
I suppose so.
It's okay.
I'm sure he has to
Yeah.
all the time
Yes.
in Hollywood, which
Yeah.
is filled with heathens
Or Jews.
or Jews.
Mainly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that has been the Geek Fruit Bulletin. Do tune in to our full-length episode this week where we talk about J.J. Abrams and for some reason digress into talking about the Saw movies and
No, we
Human
talked
Centipede.
about Saw movies and Human Centipede, and we digressed to talk about J.J. Abrams.
Yes, but it's an exciting, entertaining episode, and there's a big joke that I tell at the end, which is well worth the wait.
God damn it.
So, yes, talk to us on all the socials. Watch the Nerdatorium on YouTube. There's a million ways you can reach out to us. I encourage you to explore all of them.
Oh, if you heard last week's episode of the Geek Food Bulletin,
Yes?
Janam, what is Commissioner Gordon's first name? All right, thanks for listening.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Chuck.
I'm Shrikit.
And I'm Naren.
And together we are the hosts of the podcast
Simplified.
And we are going to be doing a 100th episode.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Which is going to be a live episode at Dulali in Khar in Mumbai on the 25th of August 2018.
Yes, we should get the year right.
We're going to be doing a lot of fun things at the show. We are going to be talking about some stuff, simplifying them. We're going to have a very erudite guest who's going to hopefully make up for our silliness, but we sincerely doubt it.
And there's definitely going to be a lot of beer, so we really hope you join us.
It'll be fun, and it'll be more fun if you guys are there. So do land up.
See you. Bye-bye.
Did I just catch you on your way to work? Or did you end up pulling an all-nighter? Let me guess. You have a packed schedule for the day, the week, and probably the month and the year. That's a lot for your mind to handle, don't you think? This buzzing chaos also brings tons of negative thoughts. Am I right? Try spinning that bottle in a positive direction with me, Chetna, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, every Monday on IBM Podcasts. It's time to change your life one alphabet at a time.